Welcome traders to another trade review. Now I want to go through this trade. I've just taken on the pound Aldi on the H4 time frame we're on at the moment. I'll go through exactly where I took an entry. I've actually taken an entry on the 30 minutes. I missed my actual entry on base of a confirmation entry, but I've taken it on a candlestick entry after missing that entry. We'll go through exactly how I took this trade in this video, so make sure you continue watching to see exactly how I took this trade and how you can learn to do this yourself within the Forex Masterclass. I want to go through exactly how you can read these markets, understanding what's happening on the chart and seeing where those banks are moving those markets. Now there is some great videos on the channel to help you to master this type of trading yourself. Subscribe today and go through those videos. It's going to help you with your trading. But looking at the market, we can see that we had a nice push up here in the market where we broke structure highs, showing us that the momentum was to the upside. We've then had a consolidation phase. Right here is a manipulation to downside, and you'll learn much more on what this actual pattern is in the market inside the Forex Masterclass. We have a nice big reversal. We have the momentum back to the upside. We're then seeing the pullback. And this is where I've caught my entry. Well, I was looking for an entry here. Now you would see this entry that I actually posted this, what I was looking for inside that community area on the Discord room if you've joined up to the Forex Masterclass. Now let's go through exactly what I was looking for here in the market. Once I've seen price breaking these highs, breaking structure, what is left behind for me is one, an area of demand right here. Two, I have an area of imbalance. And three, using the Fibonacci tool, which you'll learn inside that video going through those phases in the market. And if you haven't seen that video, keep watching to the end of this video. Is coming up next. You'll see that we mark out the retracement. We come into this area where the Fibonacci zone sits. We come in to the imbalance and the Fibonacci area. Once I've identified price pulling back into that area, I'm then going to go down to that 15-minute time frame. Now this is where I was looking for my entry, and to be honest, I forgot about this trade. By the time I looked, the trade already triggered. There is an area of demand which is created. Once price came down, we broke structure, made a new high. You can see the market has now come back to retest that high. And what happened right here, when we broke out to the upside, this area of demand was left over. It's a great area of demand. Look for a trade. It's actually a fresh area of demand. We also left this area of imbalance. Price came in, filled that imbalance, tested that demand zone, and we rallied back up. Now what we're looking for is price to break this high right here in the market, to show me that the market is going to continue higher. Now, like I said, this was a fantastic trade. I would actually have targeted these highs for my first target. And if I had taken this trade off this area here on demand, I would now be in a risk-free trade. Now, what I've actually done instead, because I've missed this, I've gone to the 30-minute time frame. And let me just show you what actually happened here. We broke this structure high here. We pulled back. We tested that area of demand that we saw on the 15. And then we created this bullish engulfing, the pin engulfing candle right there. That was my signal to take a trade, show me that the market is going to reverse. So I've taken a trade based on the entry of this candle. The stop has gone below the low of the candle. I'm going to be targeting this high here for my first target to take off some profits in the market. Then I'll be targeting these highs most probably for my final target. So short-term trade, not a big trade, but just to show you exactly the process I go through when looking for those trades and how you'll be able to use the Forex Masterclass if you're struggling in your trading to identify and find trades just like this. Now there's much more to it inside that Forex Masterclass, but if you want to check it out, there's a link below in the description of this video. Now what I'm going to do now is pause this video here, and then we'll come back at a later point, hopefully where I show you I'm taking some profits off the market right here, and I may move the trade to break even at the same time. So we'll come back and I'll update that trade. It's nearly been a day since we last went through this trade setup. Now I want to go through and show you exactly what's happened since, and I've also taken a second position on this trade, which will go through the exact entry I've taken on this one as well. So let's now go down to the 15-minute time frame. So on the 15-minute time frame, you'll notice where I'm looking for that first trade was off this area of demand, which I missed, and then I took an entry on the 30-minute candle. Well, since then, what we've had is price continue to go higher. We broke this high as expected. We broke out of this previous high, breaking structure, leaving this area of demand. And what I've then done is wait for price to make a new high, retrace back to this area of demand, where I've caught an entry and my stops below the low. Now that trade's already hit my first target, which was in fact this previous high. So I'm now actually risk-free on that trade. Now the first trade has also hit these highs here. Let's go back to the 1 hour time frame. So on the 1 hour time frame, the area I was looking to target first was these highs. You can see that has been hit. So what I'm actually going to do now live in this video, I'm going to move both of these trades to break even. So let's move this first trade and we'll place that to break even and the second one to break even. So now these trades are not only risk-free because they're sitting at break even, but I've also banked profits on both of these trades. Now I'm looking for these highs here to be reached on this first position. We go to the 30-minute time frame quickly. So my entry obviously was this pin engulfing candle. My first target was these highs here. My second target, I'm going to be looking at this area on the chart. So if price can continue up to that area, that's where my final target will be on that trade. Now this smaller trade, I'm also going to look at this high, either looking to take full profits there or taking partials once again. But if we look at the risk to reward on these trades, so this first trade was based on this candlestick. You can see that the first target on this trade, we hit just under a 2-to-1, and the second target we're looking just under that 5-to-1. So not a bad trade at all. Now the second trade based on this area of 15-minute demand, the first profit target was a 3-to-1. That's how you can increase your account size gradually when you start taking trades with good risk to reward. Now the second trade, which I may, as I said, look to exit this high, is a 13-to-1. So compare that, taking the certificate strategy entry on that 15-minute entry chart compared to taking that 30-minute candlestick pattern. Now obviously if I had taken my trade off this area of demand where I would originally taken on that confirmation entry, we can see that the high here would have been a 3-to-1 and this high would have been just under a 13-to-1. So you can capture really high risk to reward trades when you're looking for that confirmation entry. Now a candlestick entry is not always going to give you such a high risk to reward, as you can see in this trade review, but it will still get you into the market if you're not confident taking that entry with that certificate strategy entry or the confirmation entry. Now once again, what I will do, I'm going to pause this video right here and then we'll come back once this trade either stops me out or if I'm looking to lock in profit. Based on the 1 hour time frame, I may actually now look to start locking in some profit as these lows are perhaps removed and we see the continuation higher. We can see that price is continuing to break structure at the moment, leaving these higher lows. If we see the market head up once again with a new higher low, I'm then going to start to look to trail these stops on these two trades to lock in profit as it goes up to these previous highs. Now as you can see, price has gone today straight up, has gone into my final profit target. So what I've actually done on that first trade, we'll quickly go back to the 30-minute time frame. On the entry based on this one candlestick, this pin engulfing, I was looking for a final target, these previous highs, and price has now come into that area and I've closed that trade out. So this trade, let's go quickly to the Fibonacci tool. This entry was on this one candlestick. We've just about hit nearly a 5-to-1 on that second half of that trade. And again, the first half of that trade was these highs, just under a 2-to-1. So overall, just over a 6-to-1 profit on that first trade. Now on the second position, went through on this 15-minute time frame. Let me just take away this Fibonacci tool. We'll drop down to the 15-minute chart. The second position has come off this area here we went through earlier on in this video. Now you can see the first profit target. Let me just get this correct. The first profit target was aiming at these previous highs where I've got a 3-to-1. I've now taken off some more profit, and if I need to go back on this chart so you can see where that profit target's come, these previous highs here has come into a 13-to-1. So the first part was a 3-to-1, the second part is a 13-to-1. I'm now going to hold this trade and see if this trade can continue to go higher, breaking these highs for more profits. What I'm actually going to do now, I am going to bring this trade up higher below the low of this move. Most probably bring it up to this 5-to-1. Just in case we see price pulling back down, removing these lows here, pick up some stops before we see it heading higher. But we are seeing price breaking these structure highs, so I'm not expecting that to happen. More or less looking at this area of demand for price to come back to head higher once again. Now, of course, if you want to learn the exact same strategies that I've shared in this video, then you want to check out that Forex Masterclass. There is a Christmas special sale on right now, so head over the links below in the description of this video and grab a copy for yourself. Now, there's currently only 7 places remaining this year, so if you do want to get a copy of the Forex Masterclass for this year, then I do suggest heading over and grabbing it before they all go. Now, if you've enjoyed this video, seeing exactly how I look to trade those markets, don't forget to give me that thumbs up. And as I said at the beginning of this video, subscribe and go through the other videos in this channel that are all going to help you to understand the way I trade those markets. But popping up right now is another video which will go through those phases in the market and to help you to identify likely to reverse in the market with going through those phases.